Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the University of Stavanger. In winds of change, energy still is a key to continued progress and prosperity. However, so is green transition. Consequently, these are core elements of our strategy towards 2030. Our university has developed hand in hand with the oil and energy business over the last 50 years. Close cooperation has provided the best of education and research to the benefit of both parties. As new challenges are now looming, our ambition is to continue to provide relevant competence and knowledge for responsible resource management, readjustment, and green transition. I therefore appreciate that these are important elements also of your agenda. And I thereby declare the Norway IOR conference for opened. Thank you all.
Yeah, and I wish you could be here. Yeah, I really wish. I was hoping to see your smiling faces, lighting with joy and expectations about this great highlight of the year, the IOR Norway conference, where science meet industry, where questions meet solutions, where lab analysis meet possibilities to larger scale tests in the field, and where people meet people. And of course, there is a distance this year between us. But in a way, I can feel we are united. And therefore, well, I can see you. I can see you behind your laptop or your mobile phone at your home office where you are told your family, be quiet, I am watching the best digital oil conference in the world. Yeah, come on, let's use some big words. I mean, it's a big topic, an important topic. There are still some oil out there waiting to be recovered. Therefore, it's a great pleasure for me to introduce one of them who daily seek for solutions for the science, the industry, the economy, and solutions for the future of our common Earth. Ladies and gentlemen, directly here in Stavanger, I will now look upon and to the director of the IOR Center, the National IOR Center in Norway, Ying. Hello, Ying.
Hi, Tor Eivind. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you.
Just as in the past.
Yeah, 2 years ago we were together in Tjodhallen. But how are you now?
Well, we see my eyes are almost squared with all the team's meetings.
Yeah, oh.
Yes, I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
And yes, we're doing fine in our National IOR Center of Norway. And of course, we're looking forward to the future without the COVID, you know. But
you're tired now of these digital conferences.
Well, I think it does have its benefit in addition to what we normally work.
Yeah.
And it has forced us to really work more broadly, more across day and night.
Day and night.
Connecting international collaborators. Well, it's not just negative. Of course, we look forward for the normal. New normal.
New normal days.
New normal.
But as we know that there are several participants this year.
Well,
how many?
We have an increase.
Yeah?
Last year we had 200 plus, but this year we have 300 plus.
All around the world?
All around the world. And we have more than 130% more from industry.
Okay.
So that's fantastic. So
yeah. Well, they got plenty of time now. So okay, Ying, you will open the stage now. So you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Tor Eivind. It's really good to have you as a host, as a tradition. And also, I'd like to thank again for our rector at the university for his wise words and the nice introduction. So, dear IOR friends, I'm so happy that we're gathered again here in this 7th of IOR Norway conference, despite of COVID-19. Well, life has been in the past very hard for everyone and in the whole world. Last time we met face-to-face, that was 2019. If you remember, we had this fantastic opening with Tor Eivind, and also we have mingling discussions in the breakouts, we have posters, and we have a nice dinner with the entertainment. We exchange, but this year, as you said, Tor Eivind, is different. We will have some entertainment. Hopefully, I hope you look forward for that. And also, with the skilled and very advanced technology today, we are going to make this conference very special, historical, and memorable. So, as always, we appreciate very much the strong support from the Norwegian government since it's the very start of our Iowa Center. It was awarded 2013 for 8 years of the public funding. And it was opened with a very nice ceremony by the Minister of the Norwegian Ministry of Energy in a remarkable way that, if you remember, I'm sure some of you still, that Iowa researchers come into the stage with a safety suit from helicopter and also with smart water cans ready for IOR. So this conference was held for first time in 2015 for first time, and we always have support from the ministry holding the opening speech, either by minister, her itself, or the state secretary. And today we are fortunate to have the minister Tina Bru with us. She represents the younger generation, and with a large of her young life living in Stavanger region. And she really understands the oil and gas industry and the importance of maximizing utilization of these national natural resources for the best for the Norwegian society and for the world in the energy transition. So now, please be with me to welcome Minister Tina Bru for the opening speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, first, I would, of course, have loved to be with you physically today in my hometown of Stavanger for the IOR conference. But for obvious reasons, I am stuck in my office in Oslo, impatiently waiting for the opportunity to get out of here and visit some places and people in person. Hopefully, it will be soon. However, I am glad to be able to share my reflections with you today on the future for the Norwegian continental shelf as we look towards 2050. In a time where the global pandemic is demanding most of our attention, we have to be careful not to lose sight of one of the most fundamental long-term challenges that we face: reducing the greenhouse gas emissions while at the same time securing enough energy to sustain a growing global population. Changing the huge and complicated global energy system will take time. It will not always be smooth sailing, and there is no quick fix. Renewable energy is growing fast worldwide, and there are many substantial steps being taken to reduce and remove emissions from many sectors. But even in a world where we meet the goals of the Paris Agreement, there will still be a demand for oil and gas. I am certain that the Norwegian continental shelf is a petroleum province for the future. According to estimates by the Norwegian Petroleum Directorate, still half of our resources are yet to be exploited. But still, we need to embrace the times that we live in, and we must change, evolve, and adapt. Our petroleum resources are and have been a blessing. And the way we have managed our resources is a true Norwegian success story. But going forward, securing support for the oil and gas industry will have to rest on more than just the fact that it creates huge wealth and secures many jobs. You would think that these two facts would be enough, but they just aren't. If the industry is to get a hold of the smartest, most ambitious young minds of today to continue its development, we need more. The industry must continue to showcase how it is a part of a more sustainable future. And as we are moving towards a low-carbon society, the petroleum industry has to do their part, and they are. Approximately 1/4 of our emissions originate from the continental shelf. In other words, cutting emissions offshore is inevitable if we are to reach our climate targets. And the industry has set ambitious goals for itself, and we are also seeing the results. As an example, the completed power from shore projects on the continental shelf have reduced the yearly emissions with 3.5 million tons of CO2. And we know there are many more projects being developed and matured as we speak. The government will continue to back these efforts through stable framework conditions, including support for research and development. We must also remember that this industry provides a foundation for opportunities in other sectors. The expertise and experience of the industry is key to cutting emissions, developing new technologies, and of course, creating new jobs, both in the traditional oil and gas industry, but also in other sectors. Some examples are space exploration, medicine, offshore wind, seabed minerals, hydrogen, and not least carbon capture and storage. And as for the latter, we have made substantial progress by launching Longship, the Norwegian government's full-scale CCS project. The project demonstrates a full value chain and will help to lower the costs for CCS. And these steps are crucial steps to reducing risk and with that hopefully helping other countries utilize the technology. Longship would not have been possible without the knowledge and the know-how accumulated after more than 50 years of activity on the Norwegian continental shelf. Norway's energy prospects, they are ever growing, and they are also becoming increasingly interconnected. With this backdrop in mind, we will shortly present a government white paper focusing on the long-term value creation from Norwegian energy resources. The goal is to assess the industrial potential of the Norwegian energy resources for future sustainable and profitable jobs. The white paper will cover a wide range of topics, including the continued development of a petroleum industry for the future, to renewables, offshore wind, deep sea mining, carbon capture and storage, hydrogen, and not least how they're all more or less interconnected. Our policies and the white paper will attempt to connect these dots in a time where building industries and jobs is the very foundation of a low emissions future that is also just. So, what is the role of improved oil recovery in this future, where we are to secure both energy and low emissions? Highlighting some of the important results the IOR Center has achieved so far is a very good starting point. First, even though we at the present time have to practice social distancing, it is really about coming together. To cooperate, often across borders, connecting scientists, research institutions, and industrial partners, all sharing a common goal: improving the oil recovery on the Norwegian continental shelf. Second, a cleaner, safer, and more efficient production is an important ambition in our petroleum policies, and R&D is key to achieving this. And as a report from Rystad Energy last year pointed out, advanced methods for reservoir understanding and enhanced recovery has been a key area for increased value creation for the petroleum sector. And finally, gaining more understanding of geology and reservoirs has a wider impact than oil and gas production alone. It is, among other things, relevant for extracting seabed minerals and crucial for developing carbon capture and storage. This is the last year the National IOR Center receives funding as a research center for petroleum. Regardless of what shape, size, or form the center will take in the future, I would like to thank you for a very good job well done so far. I am convinced that the results will have a continued impact ahead and that you are well prepared for the future. Thank you so much for your attention, and I really do hope to see you all soon.